right, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Welcome to the Madison City Planning Commission, Thursday, September 15th, 2022. Roll call.
Mr. Weston.
Here.
Mr. Potter.
Here.
Mr. Ryder.
Here.
Mr. Brown.
Here.
Mr. Brooks.
Here.
Mr. Johnson.
Here.
Mr. Caldwell.
Here.
Mr. Seaver. Thanks, Paul.
Here.
All right, we got a quorum. Next item is acceptance of the agenda as published. Any additions or corrections? Johnny, I have a note, I guess, on my notes here. Are we talking architectural design for big box, or is that a carryover from last month?
There you go, looking at that sheet.
You had a note on here about architectural design for big box store at Town Madison. That was last month, right? That's not an addition. Okay. You left them on my cheat sheet. All right, so no additions or corrections to the agenda as published, so we'll move forward with approval of the minutes. Any additions or corrections?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Weston.
Aye.
Mr. Potter.
Aye.
Mr. Ryder.
Aye.
Mr. Brown.
Aye.
Mr. Brooks.
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. Caldwell.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the minutes are approved. Next item is public comments for any item that's not under public hearings. And for tonight, there are no items under public hearings. All three items we're going to be discussing tonight are not part of the public hearing. So at this time, you would come forward and state your name, address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Anybody here for public comments for anything on the agenda or not on the agenda tonight? Seeing that there are none, we'll move forward with the first item. Public hearings are closed. First one is location, character, and extent. Madison Community Center renovation of former Three Springs facility into a city community center. I assume, Johnny, the city is the applicant, or?
We are.
Okay. Okay. Would y'all like to make a presentation or whatnot first before Johnny goes, or? Yeah, you get to go first.
Rob Van Persen, Nolan Van Persen Architects. We've got the pleasure of working with the city on this project. I don't know if there's a graphic. There was a graphic.
We can hold while we get the slides flipped.
And you're probably all familiar with the building. Basically, we're renovating the interior of the building for the new senior center, community center operations. The exterior portion of the building is going to somewhat be unaffected, other than we're dramatically changing the colors of the building. We're enlarging windows to try and improve the curb appeal of it, adding a small front canopy and a small parking lot to the south side, right, and drive to sort of improve the accessibility for the seniors.
Okay.
No real other additions to the buildings. The existing structures are just going to be sort of improved aesthetically, and then the existing areas outside the areas, we're just going to make landscape courtyards out of them.
All right.
Any questions that
let's hold on. I'll have Johnny do the city's presentation, and then we'll probably come back with questions. Okay, I'm sure we'll have some questions, but I want to we'll follow the order here.
Okay,
Hi, Johnny.
This probably will not be the last location, character, and extent we see. You showed me the plan that you had, and I saw that Monday night at the council meeting. It's a little bit more advanced than this one, so I'm sure that other things will be coming. But for right now, this is a renovation. A lot of this is inside the renovation of the building. There's a 25,000 square foot building there and an 8,000 square foot building. They're adding additional parking. They're improving the drainage, recreational amenities such as walking paths and connection to Bradford Creek Greenway. And I did discuss the sidewalk that was coming out of the subdivision there, Walden, and finding a good location for that to come into the facility. But so we recommend approval. We do not have any contingencies. We did give a list of comments to the engineer concerning drainage and different things that will affect the construction plans that will come later, but nothing on the location there.
Okay. All right. I know I have a couple of questions, but we'll start with comments from the commission. Anybody got any questions you want to start with?
Having been very involved in the old senior center, thank you, Jesus.
Is there a pool in the building, or is it an outdoor pool, or is there a pool on the property?
There will not be a pool.
But is there one now?
There's currently one in the, almost straight up on the plan, but it's small too.
So it's an outdoor pool that's there,
It'll be filled
so
in.
you're gonna fill it in?
A concrete pond, huh?
Okay.
So I had two questions. First of all, for senior center, handicap parking, do we have enough handicap parking? Because it looks like the rest of the parking spaces are stairs only access. Looks like you got, what, 3, 4 handicap spots on the top right of the parking lot, and that's it? 2 on the other side, and they're accessible without stairs. Okay. The direct access is by stairs, but they need to go around and go in. Okay, I just want to make sure, because it looks kind of, for a senior center, make sure we have enough handicap. And then,
calculated thing? Sorry to interrupt, but 6 handicap spots is above the minimum for a senior center? Yeah, but generically speaking, not for a senior center per se, right?
It's all federal, and it's just that one star.
Yeah.
How many people typically use the senior center at one time?
I would say I've seen as high as 40 if there's a big shindig going on. But mostly it's a bunch of folks either shooting pool and gambling back there in the background, and then the old gals are dipsy doing, and then it was just I used to go up there at least 2 or 3 times a week. On average, maybe 20 people.
and then my other question was the location character extent is limited to tract 1, and any additional modifications to the site, we'll see those at a later time.
You notice I put on the main drawing, I put all 4 tracks, because it covers everything. It covers the whole property, the location, character, extent, but any future development that comes will have to,
Okay, I want to make sure, because the way it was worded in your staff notes kind of implied that this may cover the additional of the Bradford Creek Greenway and active areas and all that. I just want to make sure that those come back. And that this is limited to just what we're being presented tonight, and we'll see those other items. Okay. Those were the only 2 questions I had.
Move to approve, go ahead.
Nope, you got it. I'll second Mike's motion.
Move to approve.
All right, roll call? Aye?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Town Madison Master Sign Plan. Is there an applicant, or is this just city only? I think you're up, Johnny, then? I don't see any applicants. You can represent, represent on behalf of.
This is another, I'm just gonna be totally transparent, this is another, thing to do with, the BJ's that's coming. They have specific sign needs that they wanted, but this is why you have a master plan, for something like this. You have a regional shopping center there, and, as you go through it, you end up, realizing that, you have to have a document that can be a little bit more fluid, and work with the kind of things that are coming. So, they wanted to add a sign there at Wall Triana, a district center sign, and, I gave you some of the, pictures there of those signs, it'll look a little different, it'll have a little different, more of a pylon sign look to it than you have with the rock wall that you see in the plan now. That's one sign that allow that for, it says 100,000 square foot building, so if you have that type of use, you can use that sign. The interstate sign, ironically, that they are allowed to have, they're actually wanting to bump the height down a couple of feet. So we're just going to lower the heights because the loose sign is less than what we require, our minimum now, and so is this. So they were good with that. We're allowing up to 800 they're wanting up to 800 square feet of wall signage. They're wanting to allow for their canopy signs not to count against that. And they want a tenement monument signs. As staff, we reviewed all of these, and we did not. We agreed with all the requests, except I believe we did not agree with the last one, that I didn't have my last sheet, but that we do not recommend that they have more than one monument sign on the side with all the other signs that we get. I think that's
Okay.
And staff recommendations is in your report. I don't have it, you should have it.
So if we vote in the affirmative here, that captures the staff recommendation?
Right.
Okay. All right, comments from the commission?
One of those, I'll take their word for it. I don't imagine they approved anything that's junk, or recommend anyway.
All right, we need a motion then?
I move we approve.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Weston,
Aye?
Mr. Potter,
Aye.
Mr. Ryder,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mr. Brooks,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Caldwell,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. The last item on the agenda is subdivision guarantees, Wells Estate sidewalk performance reduction. Johnny, can you explain to us what we're reducing here?
Sidewalk reduction is, when the subdivision came in, or any subdivision, you do the performance bonds for the subdivision and a performance bond for the sidewalk. As time goes by, when people build their house, they build the sidewalk in front of their house. So that goes on until the time for the bond, for the life of the bond. When that time comes, the engineering inspectors go out and they see how many lots are left.
Mm-hmm.
So they redo the bond just for those that are left and allow the developer to have the money back for those lots that they have put the sidewalk.
Okay, all right, that helps, thank you. I'm used to extensions, not reductions.
Move to approve performance reduction for sidewalks.
Second.
Roll call? Aye?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Mr. Brooks,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Caldwell,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. All right, and with that, I don't see any new business, so we will adjourn. Thank you, everybody.
Which one's Wells Estate?
Rose Chapel, the $1 Million House.
That might be a